Matplotlib is a Python library that helps in visualizing and analyzing the data so that it helps in better understanding the data sets which we are given for any application. So what it does is a Python library which helps in analyzing and visualizing your data so that there is a better understanding of the data being provided. Now, how there are different ways where you can visualize. One is graphical method, another is pictorial method. Graphical method is where you'll be plotting your data so that we get certain information. That information can be how each data is related to each other. Is there some relation between them? Those are the information which we'll get. Now, installation will similar to any other similar to NumPy as we saw yesterday. It will already be installed. We just have to import it into your workspace. Import Matplotlib. So this particular library has been imported into your workspace. Now, the most commonly used function or submodule in Matplotlib library is pyplot. We'll be using matplotlib.pyplot, which will indicate that you don't want the entire library, you just want this particular submodule. That is what we are doing here. We are accessing only submodule pyplot. We'll be renaming it as PLT. Now we'll see a small example of how to plot graphs, like how we can do it. I'll be giving x-axis values. I'll be giving y-axis corresponding y-axis. And then I'll have to plot them. We'll see how to do it. Here I'm giving x and y as two lists. I'll be accessing a function plot, and this function will have two parameters x and y. Whichever you need to plot, those are the parameters. I have to specify them. Along with that, I want to give name to my x and y axis. What I can do is there is two more functions, x label and y label, using which we'll be giving axis names. Along with this, if I want to give title to the plotting, I can use title function. String should be written within quotes. That is what I'm doing. And last function which we'll be using is plt.show. This is for outputting the graph. can see this is my x-axis. I have certain values and I have certain values on x-axis, and corresponding x and y values, whatever I have given here, those have been marked and a line graph has been plotted. So this is how we'll plot it. You can try it in your systems. I'll paste the code in chat. Try it and let me know if once you have completed. What about others? Did you guys try? So here you can see I have given x and y values are this. So as we saw yesterday, we can also use ND array, that is numpy array. So if I'm using numpy array, first I'll have to import it. Numpy as NP. And then what I can do is points is equal to np dot array. Inside this I'll be giving one comma 8. Y points will be comma 10, 3 comma 10, and now I can plot CLT dot CLT. I'm using plot function. Inside this I'm passing x points and y points as arguments. Again, plt show will be the function which will show the result. So again, here the difference is that instead of using lists, I'm using nd array, np array, and giving the out, plotting the graphs. So here, this particular graph is a line graph. Like this, we can plot different graphs, like scatter point graph ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, box plot ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. So there are different graphs which can be plotted using matplotlib. That is what we'll see next. Before that, now we can see here for just 2 points we have an entire line. If I just want 2 dots wherever the corresponding x and y values are there, only there if I want value, what I can do is in this plot function, after these 2 arguments, I can pass O. You can see only where the values are present, the plotting has been done only there. So like this, we can pass other parameters as well. Again, I'll paste it in the chat box. You can try that. And let me know once you have done. Now in all the above examples, what we were doing is we were giving both x and y points and then plotting it. Similarly, we can also have default values. So for example, we can only have y points. Is equal to np dot one comma 10. We can, after this, plt dot plot, and I'll only be passing y points as the input parameters or input arguments. And plt dot show. You can see here the x values are they start from 0 and they're incrementing one value, and they're by default. You're not giving any value here. So this is also possible. if you see in above values, whichever is the starting value you have given, from there the values will be there. You can try for different x values and see. So whichever is the first value, from there it is starting and incrementing. Whereas if I take the y as a default value, then it will start with 0 and increment. Now I want markings on these peaks. How I can do that is by using another function, markers. Okay, I'll copy the same program. Along with this input parameter, there is one more parameter, marker, equal to within quotes O. If I run this, you can see wherever the marking or the peaks are there, wherever the values have been plotted, those value, there is a dot or it is representing these are the values which have been plotted. Even this is possible. Try it out and let me know again. Before that, instead of O, we can also have star. You can see at those corresponding points or at the peaks, I'm getting star or stars are being represented. Try both and let me know. So other markers which you can use are, I'll write in the chat box, point, if you want pixel, you have to write comma. If you want X markings, you'll write X in the quotes for X marking. If you want plus, you'll be writing plus symbol. All this will be within the quotes. So like this, there are different symbols or markers which you can use. So these are the few ones. Okay. So whichever marker we are using here, we can have different we can make certain changes to this marker. For example, we can increase the size, we can change the color. So these might seem simple to when we are using one particular plotting, but when you are taking application level programming and if you're plotting, there will be different plots in one particular graph itself. Such cases, you'll have to differentiate each plotting so that you don't get confused with the values or with the plots. So in such cases, it will be useful. So if I want to change the size, I'll be using ms is equal to certain value. It will change the size. You can see the marker size has been increased. That can be done by passing another parameter ms is equal to 20. Similarly, I can change the color. To change the color of what I can do is mf will be used. So you can see the color of the marker has been changed. So like this, you can also change edges of the one second. You can also change edges, edge colors. That can be done by if you MEC instead of MFC, we can use MEC. Marker edge color will be equal to, again if I give R, you can see both the edge color as well as the marker filled color has been changed. So these are the few changes which you can make to your markers. I'll paste this as well in chat window. You can try. Let me know once you guys complete. Now, along with making changes to markers, we can also change the line or how the line looks, like characteristics of your line, since we are using line graph right now. So what we can do is, again I'll use the same example. Now I want to change line style of the particular graph. What I can do is, as a parameter, I'm passing line style. Can also be written as ls as a short form. You can use ls. Will be equal to, in quotes I'll write dotted, and we'll see how the output looks. You can see instead of line graph, I'm getting a dotted. Line style is dotted in style. Similar to this, I can also have dashed, where the graph will be in dash style. Again, instead of using dashed, you can also use it within the quotes as double dashes. You can give that, and for dotted you can give colon. Even this will work fine. Third change can be done as dash and dot line style, that is. So this is third style of plotting. I'll copy this, you can try it in your chat box. Try it in your computer. Try all three and let me know. Other characteristic changes which can be done is similar to marker. We can also change line color by line color, line width. Those are the two characteristic changes which we can do. Now if I take now if I want to change the color, what I can do is color is the parameter is equal to, within the quotes I can give R, or you can also give the hexadecimal values. And we can also change the width, line width. You can see the value color has been changed along with line width has been changed. Try this as well.